So the opportunity was created thanks to Joy's ingenuity and persistence. And so here we are, and we have some things to share. There's some videos, some stories, some music, some food, some fellowship. And I'd like to welcome you all, and Joy has a few words, and then we'll proceed with the proceedings.
It's just a complete thrill to me that this event has taken place last night. It was a culmination of years of work on the part of Greg Tatchell, who were waiting to have come here. So waiting for them, let me just say a few words about how I feel about last night. And then we're going to be able to hear before lunch one of the stained glass windows in our church. We talk about the pillars of the church, but Bill Aid said, we're the stained glass windows, meaning we're the artists in the church. And Bill Aid is a concert pianist, well known throughout the country and internationally, and we adore him, and he will be able to honor us with some music today, so I'm thankful for that. Now, I just want to say what happened to me over the period of, I could tell you about my whole life, and that will take a while, but about what it feels like to me to have what happened at the Council of General Synod meeting last night. I think, oh no, that's not them, that's my friend Yoshie coming in the door. It's really exciting to have different friends from here and there who have any connection with anything Japanese. Because when I was a child growing up in this country, we were scattered to the winds. We had been a community of people, and you'll see who we once were. And then, of course, the government wanted us not to be in the country, not to be in BC, wanted us gone. And we did. We disappeared. And we haven't known each other all these years. We grew up to be the only Jap in town, and I was very obedient to that. I was the only Jap in town. I'm still the only Jap in town. And to be able to see all you others who were also the only Jap in town makes me weep. So last night, when I heard the primate's words to us after the presentation, which I'm hoping Greg will get it in here in time to tell you about, how he found out the truth about what had happened to the churches that had been ours, that we built, that we paid for, and that were so beautiful. And what happened to them? It wasn't the government that sold those churches. It was the church, the Diocese of New Westminster, that did that. And he did all the detailed work to find out when that happened, how that happened, where the money went, and all of that was kept silent for all these years. So it was a tremendous work, and none of us could have done that. He did it. So he'd better get here, because this is for him, and partly for us to say thanks for all that you did. Anyway, what is it like to begin to be healed of being the only Jap in town? Last night, Lynn and I were talking. She grew up to be the only Jap in town, too. She says, to this day, she does not identify with this, with us. She says her friends are not Japanese Canadians, they're white people. That's true for me, too. But it's going to be healed. And what we want to do as the next step, our little tiny group, is to reach out and find out what happened to those 1,500 people. Where did they go? I know that one family was sent to Prince Edward Island, and they were promised that another family would come, but they didn't. They were alone. And the woman became mentally ill, and they died. And I know those stories are multiplied. I've heard them over time. And so what do we do at this late date when they're all gone, when our parents are all gone, when our generation is dying, when 95% of that initial group has disappeared, the children are all, not identified with us. Lara, Amet, and she's a happa. We call happas the kids that are half white, half Japanese. There are lots of happas. They don't know what happened. And they find out slowly, bit by bit, because truth will out somehow. So, I could go on, and I probably will if Greg doesn't get here. But in the meantime, maybe we could look at this little video that this group out in Vancouver called the JC-VCC, the Japanese Canadian Vancouver Consultative Council. That's what they call themselves. And they put this little video together, which will show you what was going on in the 30s. Some of these pictures are actually taken after the 30s, but they were from my dad's footage, which I sent to the archives, which is another story. But anyways, so have a look at this first.